What an incredible day. I stand before you, humbled and honored to be the head coach at Florida State University. This is a day that is, it's been a wild one. There's been so many emotions, so much excitement, and so many thanks that I must pay tribute to all those that have been a part of making this a reality. And I can tell you that this is an exciting day for Florida State football, the future, and what's to come. And I can tell you that this is going to be an incredible journey. And I am honored to join hand in hand, step by step, with all of the Florida State family in helping to take one of the most iconic brands and iconic programs in college football and return it to where it's supposed to be. I've got to start by thanking God for the opportunity, for providing me with the passion and the love for this great game. I've played football or coached football since I was 5 years old. It's really not what I do, it's who I am. And it's been a part of that as I've grown up, from Pee Wee League football to coaching in a championship game yesterday. This game has been incredible for me. The good Lord has provided me with that passion and that energy to approach every day with a true heart of service. Being able to serve those that I get to coach every day with, and the young men that I get to coach and impact their lives on their journey to success. And today, I'm so grateful for the new platform. What an extraordinary place. Walking across that football field, there are no words. It was breathtaking. The hairs on my neck, hairs on my arm, they were all at full attention. This is a special place, and this is a special time, and it is a special opportunity. So I thank God that He's put me here in this position to help impact all of the Florida State family. To my family, to all my loved ones, to everybody that's played a part in my growth and served and sacrificed for me to be where I'm at, I thank you. But especially to Maria and Mila. You mean so much to me. You've been with me step by step on this journey. There's been so much sacrifice for our family because of the job that I have and what it takes to be fully invested. To the impacts we've made on coaches, the impacts we've made on players, and the impact that you have made on me. I thank you for all that you do and for the love that we share and what we're going to do here together. Thank you. To President Thrasher, David Coburn, Chairman Burr, to the Board of Trustees, to Glenn, this has been an incredible experience. To make a choice to join this program, this organization, it was an easy one because of you, because of the leadership, because of the passion, the direction, and the support of everything that's been poured into this program over the years, but to the excitement about where we're going to go and where we are capable of going because of the great men that are leading this university. I thank you for choosing me. I thank you for the experience of getting to know more about the true heart and soul of this Florida State family. And I can promise you I'm going to make you proud with what I do every single day. But thank you for the opportunity. To Memphis. What an incredible place. One of the hardest meetings I've ever had in my life was this morning when I talked to those players and I talked to those coaches. For the last 4 years, to be able to impact that program, those players, develop a staff, impact a community in every aspect. For all that I poured into that city, into that school, it poured just that much back into me. And if I was to ever leave, it had to be for the right fit, for the right place. I'm so grateful for the 4 years that I had there. But I know that this is the place and this is the time. So to the city of Memphis and to that program and all the players, thank you for what you did. Thank you for believing in me, to giving me my first opportunity, and for what we were able to accomplish in building that program and elevating that program to an all-time high. I thank you for your work, and I thank you for all that you meant to me. To my former coaches, David Reese coached me in Pee Wee League football. To Mike Barber, who coached me in high school. To Clint Conk, who coached me in college. To Gus Malzahn, who hired me as an offensive graduate assistant there at the University of Tulsa. To Todd Graham, who I spent 9 years with as an assistant coach and gave me an opportunity to be a coordinator and to really live out my dream as a Division I assistant. The impact that you guys have made on my life in helping build me and develop me and support me through all the decisions that have had to been made, to my growth as a coach and as a person. I'm forever grateful for you, and you are the reason why I do what I do, so that I can hopefully one day have players that look at me the way that I look at you and respect you and the jobs that you did for me in my journey of growth. So thank you to those coaches. To all the past Seminoles, all the former players, to the lettermen, I thank you for what you've done. To the former coaches, the work that you put into this program to build an incredible foundation to one of the greatest football programs in the United States of America, I say thank you. We are going to do something special here because of the work that you've done. To the current players, first thing I did when I got off that plane, I'm sorry I did not rush to come see you. I went to go see them. I thank the coaches for bringing them here, and I thank those players for choosing to be Florida State Seminoles. And as I told them a few minutes ago, they chose to come here, and I chose to be with them. And they are now my players. They are now our future. And I'm so very excited about standing side by side with them as we take each step to getting back to where Florida State football deserves to be. And that is an incredible group of young men that have been collected, and we're excited about that group and what we're going to be able to accomplish with them. But to the former players, I understand the responsibility that I have. I understand the obligation. I understand who I represent. And I'm going to work each and every day to represent you in a first-class fashion. And we're going to do things the no way. And that is competing to be excellent in every aspect of what we do. And I've got a saying that I like to use, because how you do anything in this world is going to be how you do everything. So we're going to approach everything with a championship mindset, a championship approach, with championship values of doing things the right way. Because this program is going back to the top. We're going to take it one day at a time, step by step, but because of the foundations that has been laid, it gives us a great opportunity. So I thank all of the former players. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to thank all the high school coaches in the state of Florida. Thank you for what you mean to this state. This is the most talent-rich state in the United States of America when it comes to football players and to prospects. We've seen that over the years with all the former greats. As I walk through the facility, you see the pictures, the Heisman trophies, the national championships. That all started with our high school coaches here in the state of Florida, because of cultivating relationships, building young men that are passionate for success, right, each and every day. I'm so excited about the opportunity of getting to know you, of building relationships. Relationships take time. It takes a commitment. And I am absolutely fired up about being able to extend my arms and open our doors for every high school coach in the state of Florida to come be a part of getting this program back to where it deserves to be. And I thank you for the work that you do and look forward to seeing you here soon. But it is a new day for Florida State. It's a new opportunity. I can tell you that we're going to bring a new age approach to everything that we do with old school values and an old school philosophy. This is going to be a program that you have to work for everything. It's going to be a program that's built off true core family values of service, sacrifice, and respect. Because we have an iconic brand. We have a special opportunity. And it's going to take each and every one of us to be a part of that journey together to continue to elevate us to where we need to go. As we go in and take this first step together, we understand that it is a special day. It is a special opportunity. And I could tell you that I'm going to give all that I have in every aspect, right, to pour into these players, to pour into this community, to pour into this unbelievable university, to make sure that we're building it the right way, step by step, brick by brick, and day by day. But I'm excited about the new age and the new day in Florida State football and what we're going to accomplish. There's a tradition of excellence here. There is a standard. That tradition is what brought me here. That expectation, an opportunity to compete at the highest level, to compete for championships. We understand the process. We understand the work that's going to go into it. But I can tell you, you chose the right man to come be a part and to lead this program, because we're going to work on that each and every day in all that we do. I can tell you that this is going to be a program that's built for playmakers. This is going to be a program that is going to showcase all of the skills and talents of those young men that I talked about. We're going to do it by challenging them in every aspect to be the best version of themselves each and every day. I can tell you that we're going to have a football team that's going to play with a certain focus, with a certain pride, understanding what we stand for and what we represent. Our Seminole football team is going to play smart. I believe that is one of the most important things that you must do as a football team and a football program. We're going to have a football team that's focused on discipline, on structure, on making sure that we can be innovative in our approach schematically, but also we have a football team that understands the importance of the knowledge that they have. Because most people talk about playing fast, and we're going to do that. But if you don't play smart, man, you can play fast going in the wrong direction and you're going backwards. We're going to have a team that understands that our knowledge will be our greatest talent. And then we're going to play fast because the confidence of who we are, what we do, how we train, and the unbelievable skill that we're going to recruit here to be able to showcase these great players and individuals. We're going to have a football team that plays physical. Toughness is going to be displayed every single day. Not only physically, but mentally. You're going to see toughness displayed in special teams. I believe that is the backbone of your program. People can talk about offense and defense, but if you want to see a team that has tremendous culture, tremendous passion, tremendous belief in each other, watch them on special teams. I was fortunate that coming from Memphis, I remember when I took the job there, it had been 20 years since there had been a kickoff return for a touchdown. I stood in front of that team, and the first thing I told them, I don't know what we're going to do on O, I don't know what we're going to do on D, but I guarantee you we're going to take a kick back to the house for a touchdown. 4 years later, we're the number one team in the country with 11 kickoff returns for touchdowns because of buy-in, because of culture, because of toughness. Young men willing to give them themselves for the betterment of the team. That's what we're going to stand for. And then lastly, we're going to be a football team that's passionate to finish everything that we do. They always talk about, they remember what you do in November, right? We're going to finish games. We're going to finish plays. Our effort will be outdone by no one. We will play with tremendous passion, energy, and we will finish all that we do. We're going to be a football team that understands how to respond to adversity. We're also going to be a football team that understands how to respond to success, because success is coming. There are great days ahead, but we have to understand the little steps of what it takes to get there and then what it takes to stay there at an elite level. But that is how we're going to play. That is what we're going to do. And we're going to make you proud each step along the way, not only what we do on the field, but what we do off of it. And I can tell you, I could not be more honored to stand in front of you, to have this opportunity, to be a part of the Florida State football family. I'm going to work extremely hard every day, every single day to make you proud. And much like I just told those players, I'm not going to stand in front of you today asking for your trust. Just give me an opportunity to show you that I'm trustworthy. Give me an opportunity to show you with my actions what we're going to do, and more importantly, how we're going to do it. Thank you for the welcome. Thank you for the opportunity. And I'm excited about the future of this Seminole football team. Thank you, guys. I'll take any questions from anyone.
Coach, I got you.
Yes, sir.
We're going to start with Andy in the back. We do have a microphone, so make sure you get recognized for your question.
Andy Staples from The Athletic. Mike, these aren't the first folks who inquired about your availability while you were at Memphis. What was it about this job specifically that made you take the leap?
You know, whether it's recruiting, whether it's hiring coaches, making a choice on my future, it always comes down to two factors: fit and family. And I can tell you that going throughout this process, there's one thing that was certain, that Florida State was the right fit for me. It was the right fit in every aspect of the tradition that it's had, the passion of the fan base, the opportunity to be in the greatest state when it comes to football talent and coaching and all the things that we can do, to the unbelievable tradition and former players and support, right, with the team that I've had the chance to witness. And this was the right fit for me and my family. And then when you look at the opportunity to meet our leadership, you know, after getting a chance to meet President Thrasher, right, David Coburn, Chairman Burr, I knew that this program was destined to greatness. It just needed the right leader. And like I told them, I believe that this was the absolute perfect place for me, and it's why I chose to come and be a part of it.
To Sean Reed from The Athletic. Coach, obviously it's fewer than 2 weeks until the early signing period. What's your plan to attack the recruiting trail?
I'm starting right now, and so the minute I get off this stage, you know, that's all of our focus. I've already actually met with 2 recruits since I've been here, so we've been pretty quick. Got a chance to shake hands and and be able to see them in passing. But it's exciting. It's an exciting time. There's a lot of buzz. There's a lot of focus on today. But the reality is, in recruiting, it all comes down to relationships, and that's going to be something that has to be built. The great thing is I've done it before. When I took the job at my last institution, it was a quick turnaround as well. I had about the same amount of time to put together a class, and at the end of the day, it's all about finding the right young men. I mean, you look at the young men that have been recruited, the guys that are committed. We're excited. We're excited about what the future holds, and I can tell you that I'm looking forward to building relationships not only with those guys, but also spreading the good news about Florida State football and what's to come.
Coach, when you take a look at this team, when you take a look at the program, how quickly do you think you can get this program back to that championship caliber?
Well, I can tell you that I believe that the sky's the limit for where we can go, but I also understand the journey that it's going to take. And I can tell you, just like I told this football team, every single day, my expectation and our passion will be the best version of ourselves. Right now, my focus is going to be on our personnel immediately, making sure that we can bring with the best coaching staff in college football here to Tallahassee. All right, it's going to be to continue to recruit at a high level, making sure we find the right young men to come in, and then pour everything I have in recruiting our players that are on campus to understanding the expectations, the values of what it's going to take to get there. And the thing, I'm going to put no limitations on where we can go and how fast we can get there. But I can tell you that all of our folks will be on today, being the best we can possibly be with this step that's in front of us. And we'll take care of tomorrow when it gets here, trying to do the exact same thing.
Coach, Ira Schofeld with WarChant.com. Could you talk about your recollections of your first memories of Florida State football as a young man, and then also, or maybe earlier than a young man, and then also perceptions of Florida State today in the college football community?
Absolutely. I wasn't really going to talk about this, but as I told President Thrasher, I was 12 years old. I grew up in Dallas, Texas. And there was only one thing that I had on my wall, and it was my first piece of collegiate memorabilia. And it was a 1993 license plate recognizing the Florida State football national championship. This is a program that, even for a kid in Dallas, Texas, has always been an iconic brand, a special place. This is an incredible opportunity. I know a lot of people talk about dreams, and to be honest with you, I don't know if I would have ever dreamed to even get this chance. But we've worked for it, and we're excited about the opportunity that's in front of us, and it's going to be a special place for me and my family.
Right here, Coach. Michael Langston from Ward Chant, Coach. Obviously, recruiting's a big part of any program, but you have a lot of kids that are committed right now, but they don't have the relationships yet with you. What's kind of going to be your message to these kids, first off, and then secondly, what's kind of your message going to be overall to any kid in recruiting?
Yeah, I think when you have such a short period of time, you've got to really rely a lot on showing kids how they're going to be utilized, showing them what the opportunity holds. The great thing is, and one of the most attractive things about this university is that you can get it all here. You've got a top 20 academic institution in the country. You've got an incredible place to live. You've got an unbelievable brand, fan support, every aspect of it. This is where you want to be. This is where you need to be, knowing that you will be showcased at an elite level. And that's all I ever tell recruits and young men that are looking to bring into our program. This will be a program that's built for playmakers. And if they have any question about that, I've got plenty of film and opportunities to show them how they'll be showcased, right? And they're going to make the choice. They're going to take the step. And then we're going to elevate them to be able to make all of their dreams and goals become a reality because of the way that we operate each and every day.
We're going to go to your left, Matt Baker. Hey, Matt Baker with the Tampa Bay Times. Can you give us a timeline in terms of when they contacted you and how this came together? And do you intend to coach FSU or Memphis in the bowl?
The timeline was one that was it was unique. I was going through a season there at Memphis. It worked out to. During our bye week, I had a little bit of time to be able to meet up with President Thrasher and the whole group, and that was a great meeting, a great moment, and being able to go through that process, it was challenging at times just because of all the obligations that everybody had and the timeline of what we knew that we had to get this done to be with recruiting. But obviously I was excited about the opportunity and. Moving forward with decisions to coach in the bowl game or not, that's something I'm going to actually need a couple of days to be able to make the best decision for that. I had the meeting with the young men there in Memphis this morning, and it was very emotional. And they supported me 100%. It was one of the greatest feelings walking out of that meeting with those kids standing and giving me a round of applause. And I love those guys. And but we have to make sure that it works for everybody with what needs to be done and what needs to be accomplished for both universities to be able to move forward to the best of the ability.
Luis Torres, Orlando Sentinel. You mentioned you want to build the best staff possible here. You've had a history of kind of your coaching tree kind of growing so quickly. What has been the key to your success identifying those young up-and-coming assistant coaches who go on and move to bigger and better jobs? And have you been in contact with any of your former assistants?
I'll tell you, I think the key component to success in college football is evaluation. And it's something that I take a great deal of pride in, evaluating coaches, evaluating players, and then making sure that when you are around them that you develop them to really be able to achieve at a level higher than where they started. And I've been so very fortunate. I've hired, I think it's 26 coaches in the last couple of years. When you look at the type of men that they are, that's going to be the number one deciding factor. is that I want a coaching staff that are teachers first, relationship builders, and then guys that can inspire our student athletes to go above and beyond in every aspect of their life, to be able to live in that championship model on the field, off the field, in the classroom, to inspire them to be better than what they even think they can be. And so my phone has definitely been ringing, off the hook. I've got a great group of coaches that I have been with before in the past, and there are new coaches that I think could be a great fit for Florida State University. And at the end of the day, this is going to be a process that I make sure that we bring the right fit into our football family, and I can tell you it will be one of the best coaching staffs in the country.
Tim Lenefelt, Seminoles.com. Just wondering, have you had a chance to look at any games or film from Florida State from the last year or so? And if so, what are some of your impressions?
I did. We actually played a common opponent this year. I got to see a little bit of that after they played that game, and then here towards the back half of the season, I was able to watch some TV copies, and and like I told the players earlier, I was so proud of them, and to Odell Higgins, the job that he did, and what he did in a time of adversity for those kids and bringing them together, the way that they played. That was part of the reason that I chose these young men and this opportunity, because you saw them respond, and it wasn't easy for them, but it is a special group, and I'm grateful for the work that he did. And I see a team that cares about each other, that's passionate. I think there's some things that we're going to definitely work to continue to improve when it comes to maybe allowing ourselves to showcase the best of our abilities in the best situations. I think there were some times that we got behind ourselves just from some self-inflicted things, but I'm excited about working with this group each and every day, and it's a special group of young men.
Coach, Gene Williams, warchant.com. During the process, when you were talking to David Coburn, President Thrasher, Ed Burr, was there kind of an aha moment for you where you said, wow, this is happening, this is where I want to go, it's all clicking in for me? And then kind of secondly, I'm guessing you probably had some other opportunities. What was it about Florida State that really kind of resonated above everything else?
I've been fortunate through my time as a coach to be able to meet with a variety of different people, and you always get a feel when you leave, and whether it's a first meeting or second meeting, of what the true core of a person and of an organization. And I'll tell you that the first meeting after you got an opportunity to meet with President Thrasher and David Coburn, it was I was so very impressed. I came home and told Maria, I go, that group, they have it figured out. You could sense the passion. You could sense the purpose of what is on the forefront, and the importance of Florida State football, not only to this school, but for this entire state, for college football. And that's what I told them is, I want to be the coach that gets us back. I want to be the coach that leads this program. I want to be the coach that gets a chance to give college football what it needs. And that's for Florida State football to be one of the country's elite. And I believe that is possible. That's why I'm here. And these men, they illustrate that every single day in what they do. And then when Chairman Burr came I got to meet him for our second visit. I mean, it was just another check mark that I said, man, this is the group that I want to do it with. And I was so fortunate to get the opportunity.
Hey, Coach, Brendan Sano, Knowles 24/7. With scheme regarding offense and defense, philosophy, I guess, do you have an idea of what you would like to bring here?
That's one of the things that I take a great deal of pride in, is being versatile to the talent that we have. And when you look at my coaching career, I tell our players, this is a program that's built for playmakers. It's my job to put them in a position to showcase all of their skills and talents and put them in a position to achieve success on the field. And when we go into that, that's going to be a big part of our evaluation of where we are, what we have, and then what we need to do moving forward. It's going to be very multiple. There were years at Memphis that we rushed for over 4,000 yards. And we still threw for over 3,000, so that's a good combination. But there's years that sometimes you're a little bit more pass heavy than you are in the run game. But we always want to be able to have balance to showcase our student athletes. Defensively, I can tell you we're going to attack. It's going to come down to a mindset of whether you're bringing pressure, you're rushing forward. We are going to have an aggressive mindset. We've been one of the top teams in the country in creating takeaways and explosive plays. I think we've had over 10 defensive touchdowns in my last 4 years. And then I touched on special teams earlier. That's going to be at the core of who we are. we are going to be one of the best special teams football teams in the country because of the time we put into it and the commitment we have to it as a coaching staff and as a football team.
Anything else for Coach?
You've obviously touched on recruiting a couple of different times, and specifically on the Florida high school coaches. So what's your plan? You don't have a lot of roots here in Florida, haven't recruited it a ton in the past. So what's your plan to make yourself available and get inroads into the pivotal recruits here?
Those are those things that it takes time. Building relationships take time. Building trust takes time. But you have to invest in it. And the only way you get to build trust is by making daily deposits. And that's something that I'm committed to doing with the high school coaches in there, with recruits, making sure that that I am open and accessible. That's going to be one of the top things on my priority list. And then as we get into spring ball and getting to know everybody, obviously the recruiting season will be out and being in the high schools, but being able to have open doors, being able to show what we are and who we are. Anybody can stand in front of you and give you a speech or tell you a story of what you want to do. I want them to see it and how we practice and how we prepare, the way that we develop the student athletes, so that when those coaches, when the kids come to them for a recommendation, they can trust that this is a program they want to send their players to, because they know they're going to be taken care of on the field, off the field, in the classroom, and really be able to achieve success in all of their life.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Guys, thank you so much, and go Noles.